All right, so let's talk about what everybody's been talking about for the last week. The slap at the Oscars. So everybody knows this story by now, but if you've been underneath a rock for whatever reason, at the Oscars, Chris Rock was hosting it, and he made a joke, a G.I. Jane joke about Jada because she's bald, and Will did not like that, and Jada didn't either. He went up there and he gave him a real good slap. I was a slapper back in my day. That was my go-to move.
He really was. That's the
if you talk shit, if you got on my nerves, if you tried me, I would slap the shit out of you. That was my go-to move.
Slapping is so weird.
No, Nikki used to be into that. Like, she might not even fight you, but she would
slap you and walk away like he did. Like, shit, let me slap you and walk away.
I feel like slapping is so weird. When someone slaps someone, I'm like, that's the weirdest thing. Like, my go-to is like a punch. But I don't know. I feel, you know what? I think
to me, a punch is are you going to connect that punch? Like, are you really going? You got to connect. A slap, you can, yeah.
And I think a slap is more disrespectful. Like, a punch is like, okay, there is no more talking. Now we're fighting. A slap is like, all right, I just tried the hell out your ass. So now what are you gonna do? Like, the slap is literally telling the person, like, what the fuck is you finna do to me? Like, I
think a slap is a period. It's like, I'm slapping you and this is the end of discussion. Now I'm walking away. A punch is like, a punch is, I'm starting a fight, like you said, but I think a slap is the period. But
a slap,
I think people are
processing this.
I feel like slapping is the weirdest thing. Like, I don't know, to start a fight, to start off with slap, I just feel like it's the weirdest thing to just slap. Like, punching, yeah, but to slap someone is just so weird to me. Like, you have a different mind thinking to slap a person. Like, you think different. If that's your first defense, is to slap,
So I think people are on the fence. Some people are saying, like, Will Smith was out of line to insult somebody for just doing their job. The Oscars, he's a comedian, he's gonna make jokes, you're on the front row, it's gonna happen. Some people are saying, like, it was insensitive for him to make that joke when at that same week or the week before, Jada came out letting the world know that she had alopecia. Lizzie, what are your thoughts?
The whole aspect of, it was just a joke, I don't really like that part of it. True enough, I think they were both in the wrong in certain parts. At the end of the day, he disrespected a man's wife. He went off script. That was not one of the rehearsed jokes. So you derailed from your job, and now because you derailed from your job, there was repercussions to your actions. And I could never take away a man defending his wife and whatever he needs to see fit. Like, at the end of the day, you have a moral, religious obligation to protect your wife, your family, and etc. Now, could we have worked on the timing of this? I completely think that was the area of opportunity. But that's what I would say. Like, we should have did this backstage.
Why do you think that? Why do you think is it because of the audience he was in front of? Like, why do you think it should have been handled backstage?
The white people. But I don't give a fuck the fact that if it was a room full of white people. That's not what I'm saying. My whole thing is, at the end of the day, it was a celebration. It was a show. This was supposed to be a highlight thing. He did take away. We have to still, process the fact that Will Smith made the whole event awkward for everybody. Even after the fact, now when people talk about, they've been traumatized, fuck y'all traumatization. Y'all wasn't traumatized. Y'all seen somebody get slapped before. Let's be real. But I could definitely understand that he completely killed the mood in the room. So because of those aspects of it, because it was a social event, I do believe, take that shit backstage, handle that. Let me pull you to, just like if two men was at a party and something happened, don't fight in the middle of the party. Pull him to the side. Now, if y'all fight in the parking lot, then they just got popping in the parking lot. Right. But don't do it in the middle of the party. That's how I take it.
Like, it's just like off what Nikki said, like that's how I feel. It's so hard for me to like give an opinion because it's just like I get Will's frustration. Like that's my wife, you know. We don't know what goes on behind closed door and how she's handling that situation, right? So I get his frustration. It's like I'm gonna protect my wife or whatever. But then also it's like I feel bad for Chris Rock because he's a comedian at the end of the day, and with comedians even way back, and we even defended that, like, you know, comedians are to push people to the edge. You know,
Yeah.
they're giving jokes, you know, and we defended that at one point or whatever. So it's just like it's so hard for me to say like Will is right or Chris Rock is right. It's so hard for me to say that. But you know, I do believe Will did take that moment away from himself. That was a big celebration. That was a big celebration. And I like I said, I understand that's his wife, and that's bigger than anything. That's bigger than any
Absolutely.
award and anything. His wife, you know, his wife feelings is bigger than anything. But he took that moment from himself. Like Denzel said, he allowed the devil to use him. I love me some Denzel. He did a lot of
Denzel.
You know, and it's just like I'm just thinking about the whole situation is just like, you know, I'm in a relationship and I feel like me personally, I feel like that was a moment for Jada to be like, babe, no.
Yes.
I really feel like I that's just how I feel. Because you see that your man is about to defend, like, you know your man's about to defend you. And that's the greatest feeling in the world, like, when your man defend you is to defend your honor. But it is wrong timing. Like, I've been in situations with my boyfriend where, you know, he's trying to defend me or he's even trying to defend himself. And I will stop him like, babe, it's not even worth it. You know, it's not worth it at the end of the day. But I
feel like,
go ahead.
I feel like that is really hard to gauge. I think when you're in that moment, stuff goes by so quickly. And because they were like at the front of the center of the stage, any gesture she would have made, that would have also been a hot topic, or look, she had to hold him back. What was he? Yeah, I understand that. But, and you never know, Jada probably thought he was just going to go up there and do something. I don't even think she probably would assume that he was going to actually insult him. So I don't know. But it's just, in order for Will to actually get on stage and do that, somebody that, you know, always
never done that before.
Yes. Always walking class. You never know what someone is dealing with. And we don't know the trauma that Jada had to deal with losing her hair. Like, as Black women, a lot of us identify with our hair, you know, and even people were saying, oh, but she has short hair in the past. But it's different from having short hair from actually being bald. Like, you don't know what that done to her self-esteem.
Right. It was optional. Yeah. It's not an option for her anymore. You know,
and I'm not saying that because I agree with Will. I think Will should have definitely handled that differently. He worked so hard. He's been in this industry for so many years, and he actually won an Oscar that night, and no one is talking about that accomplishment.
Exactly. But you know what I would say? I would say this. But the people that don't look like us, mind y'all fucking business.
Mind y'all fucking
Mind y'all business. I hate. It's like they be waiting. They be waiting for that moment for a Black person to slip up, to just dive in and just. Oh, I hate it. Like, I hate it. Like, everyone this, and they ask all the white people their opinion. You notice how the Black people answer it. You know, of course, there's few Black people who whatever, right? But it's just like, mind your business.
This is not your problem. We got it. We gonna tell Will and Chris how to handle this, and you know how to, you know, we gonna work this
out among ourselves. We don't need everybody else to do it. We can figure this one out. This problem, it's okay. We got this.
We got it. 110%.
I feel bad for both of them. Like, I really do. Like, I feel bad for Chris Rock, but he handled his, because ain't no way somebody going on the stage slapping me and I was like, ain't no way.
And we have to salute Chris Rock. It takes a different type of man to be able to get slapped, to hold your composure, to apologize, and also make light of it. You know, he also was able to find the funny in it and try, after being slapped. Like, how do you? Nah.
And then I would say, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was actually watching a throwback video, and this is actually not the first time Will Smith has slapped somebody. If you guys YouTube, he slapped like a Russian reporter.
I
He
saw
was
that.
trying to kiss
Yeah,
him, though.
yeah, and he went and slapped him on the face too. So it's kind of like, I guess once you become a slapper, you just
No, but Will
you're
Smith
just a
is
slapper.
he's a slapper. No, he's a that thing. Because at first I thought he punched him the way how it connected. I'm like, wait a minute. Yeah, I watched that video like 100 times because I'm like, it ain't no way. This ain't no way.